A very warm welcome from Sky TV World News. 2 passengers were injured when a British Airways plane caught fire just before takeoff from McCarran International Airport in Las Vegas. Emergency shots were deployed to evacuate the 159 passengers and 13 crew on board. Video and photographs show the Boeing 777 engulfed in flames and a plume of thick black smoke coming from it. The aircraft had been bound for London Gatwick. A spokesman for the Federal Aviation Administration said initial reports indicated a fire in the left-hand side engine. The 2 people who were medically treated suffered only minor injuries. McCarran International said the fire had been put out and the flights were continuing from its 3 other runways. Hundreds of desperate migrants have forced their way through police lines at a holding camp near Zoroaster in Hungary, close to the border with Serbia. The situation is growing uglier by the hour. The migrants, mainly from Syria, Iraq and Afghanistan, do not want to be held and fingerprinted at holding camps. They want to head to Budapest and out of the country. The UNHCR is in the center of the chaos. Caroline van Buren is from the refugee organization. In the coming days, UNHCR will set up a transit center here. We will put up tents, we'll provide blankets, we will provide food and water. We are also working with the authorities so that the time people spend at the collection point, as you call it, will be shorter. At those held tied to the flee, the holding area police chased them down. Migrants want access to a transit camp where they can register as refugees and carry on with their journey. I don't want to stay here. Let us to the camp on foot, or let us travel free to West by bus or taxi. The UNHCR has urged the Hungarian government to improve conditions for the thousands entering the country. In response, the Hungarian government continues to erect a fence along its border with Serbia, while refusing to accept an EU call for a quota system to distribute refugees. This year, for the first time, Heraklion, the capital city of Crete, played host to the Pancretan Dance Festival and Cantata. Every year, Crete, Greece's largest island, draws millions of tourists who come to enjoy its glorious beaches, stunning nature and ancient culture. Despite the Greek crisis, the flow of tourists to the island has remained stable this year, according to the authorities. To keep people coming, they want to better promote Crete cultural heritage. Culture and tourism go hand in hand here in Crete, explained Mihalis Vamiadakis, Tourism Commissioner for Crete. The island has a very rich cultural background. Our goal is to promote this in order to attract more tourists and show that our island has more to offer than sun and beautiful beaches. This year's festival drew large crowds of both locals and tourists. Crowds joined the cantata along the streets of Heraklion, which ended in the Freedom Nation Stadium for the second part of the event, the Pancretan Dance Festival. Famous Cretan musicians Vasilakis, Stavrakakis and Nikos Goniakis were among those invited to perform on stage. Cretan music is all at the right at the moment, not just here in Crete, but in Greece at large and even abroad, say Vasilis. House prices in Spain rose at their fastest annual rate for 8 years in the second quarter, according to the official data. The country's National Statistic Institute says prices increased by 4% year-on-year from April to June. That's the best since the end of 2007. Prices for new house prices were up by 4.9% compared to the same period last year. Second-hand prices rose by 3.8%. Spain has been slowly crawling out of its massive slump since its property market crash in 2008 amid the global financial crisis. In July, house sales were up by 13.9% from a year earlier, marking 11 months of growth. But the number sold 32.714 was only around half the average monthly figure in late 2007. New York is first in the world to set a national baseline and will detect any rise in earthquakes following an expansion of shale gas exploration in the future. At least 3 earthquakes strike the UK every year as a result of human activity, according to a new study. Most of the tremors in recent decades resulted from coal mining, but fracking exploration caused 2 small earthquakes in 2011. The New York is the first in the world to set a national baseline and will allow the detection of any rise in earthquakes that follows an expansion of UK shale gas exploration in the future. Earthquakes caused by collapsing mines or fracking are usually small, with many going unnoticed by people, but the largest ones can cause anxiety for local people and damage to fragile structures. Man-made earthquakes have been known in the UK since at least 1755, when collapsing lead mines in Derbyshire shook the ground. The research team analysed the 80,000 earthquakes recorded under the UK between 1970 and 2012. In the past, earthquakes linked to human activities were more common in the UK, with over 40 recorded in 1991. But as the nation's deep coal mines closed, the number of tremors has fallen by 95%. Experts believe man-made earthquakes in the UK's shale-bearing rocks are unlikely to be greater than magnitude 3, which rarely cause any damage. Tremors under magnitude 2 are frequently not felt by people on the ground. Thanks for watching. See you with the all latest news at Sky tomorrow.